Hey kindergartners, Mr. Bell here. Ready for your next project? All right, let's get started. This project is called Panda Close-up. As you can see, the panda is framed here on the side and is really close to us. And the panda will be known as in the foreground. Foreground. Whatever is closest to us, what's up front. And the hill with the house on it is going to be in the background. Background, because it's way in the back. You see some bushes and some bamboo here too, because we all know that pandas like to eat bamboo. All right, let's go ahead and start working on this. You'll need a sheet of paper, and you can draw the semicircle yourself, or you can use something to trace to make that, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this bucket, and I'm going to place it halfway onto the paper. Let's see, can you see that? Okay, so going about halfway up, I'm trying to get about an equal amount on the top, that's on the bottom, and trying to get this bucket so that it's halfway over, and that will give you a good semicircle. Then what you want to do is trace that side of the bucket, and you'll have your semicircle. All right, and let's go ahead and add another semicircle up here for the ear. Now you won't see the other ear because that part's not on the paper, so you just have to imagine it. Okay, and let's come down here and just put the shoulder, and then we'll come over here to make that big patch for the eye. You know, they have a dark patch right there, so put sort of an oval type shape. It's kind of angled a little bit. All right, and then add a circle inside. And then we'll come over here and we'll draw half of the nose. So we can just draw a little line that comes out here a little bit. And then pick a spot down here on the edge of the paper and just draw a line straight to there. And that's half the nose. The other half would be over here. And then we'll just come down about here somewhere and we will make a curvy shape that comes up like that. And that's half of the mouth. The other half would be over here. All right, that brings the viewer really close up next to the panda. So we look like we're really close to the panda. And then, so that's your foreground. And then off in the background, we'll put your pencil somewhere around here on the shoulder and draw a hill back here in the distance. And on top of that hill, you can draw a house. We'll just put a square or a rectangle, whatever shape you want. Okay. And we'll put the roof on there. Add a couple lines to the side because a roof always goes past the walls of a house, the outside of a house. And I'm going to come up here and sort of guess where the middle is and put a little dot there. That'll get it centered. You can lay your pencil like this and see if it's even on each side, the left and the right. Left, right, looks about even. Now I'm going to connect the end of this line up to that dot, and then connect it over there. And if you want to add a chimney, you can if you want to. You don't have to. But if you do add one, make sure that line is straight, and make sure that one is straight. Straight up and down lines. One will be longer than the other because the roof is slanted. Then you can come across and add a little rectangle on top. All right, there we go. Now we'll add a door and a window. This is going to be a little house out in the country, so I'm going to draw a rectangle here for the door and a doorknob. And you can put a window on your door too if you want to. Put some little curtains in there. And then next to that I'm going to put a window. I'm going to match it to the top of the door here. And come across like this. And if you want to add some curtains in there too, you can. And if you want to add some shutters to the side, you could do that. Some decorative shutters. A lot of houses have these. Just makes it look a little fancier. You can even add a door frame around here if you want to. There we go. I'm going to draw some bushes underneath the window. Let me add some over here to the side. There we go. I'm going to draw some tall bamboo stalks. Put some little lines in there. Add another one. Some bamboo grows very tall. And add some leaves to the side. Some little detail like this on there. It's always nice. Add some extra detail. Make it look a little more realistic. There we go. All right. I'm going to come up here and draw a circle for the sun. You can get fancy and put some little straight or wavy lines around it. Make it look a little more interesting. You can put a face in there if you want to. Use your imagination. Add some clouds. Some are going to be going off the side of the paper or off the top. Any kind of clouds are fine. There's many different kinds of ways to make clouds. All right. So there's the picture there. You can add other things too if you want to. Add some little zigzag lines here to make the grass look more realistic. Notice what I'm doing. I'm making these smaller and smaller the further away I get from the foreground. That'll make it look more realistic and like it's going off into the distance. Okay? All right. Once you have that all finished, then it's time to start coloring. You have crayons, markers, all kinds of stuff to use to color and trace and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the panda. And I'm going to take my time and stay on that line the best I can. I don't want to have to redo my picture. And once that marker goes on there, it's stuck on there, isn't it? There we go. Trace the nose. And the shoulder. Now I can use the marker to color in all the parts that would be black, or I can use a black crayon. Either one. That's totally up to you. Okay? If your marker is running low on ink, then you might want to use a black crayon instead. But this is a new marker, so I have plenty of ink in here. And I'm just going to use the marker to color in all of this stuff that would be black, like the big shape around the eye, the ear, make sure I stay inside the line. Whoops, I missed the part down here, didn't I? Using a second look, make sure you colored it all the way in. Next, I'm going to work on the nose and color in the little shoulder area down there next. Okay, nose is all finished. Now I'm going to finish up the little shoulder, chest area. There we go. All done with that. Now it is time for the grass. I'm going to trace this hill and all these little parts of the grass blades. And I'm going to go ahead and do the bamboo as long as I have my green marker out. Coloring all these leaves. And the bushes. And I'm going to use crayon to color in these parts though. And move on to the sun. If your marker's really messy, you might want to use a crayon instead, but this will be just fine. Shining bright. And I think I'm going to color some yellow in there, make it look like the lights are on inside. And doorknob. Okay, now I need to think about what color I want my house to be, my door, my shutters, my curtains, chimney, the roof, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring and make the door red. Make some red curtains. And the red chimney. Alright, pick a color for the house. And make the house purple. I'm going to trace this part. And the roof. Make the roof brown. I just realized I missed a leaf right there. There we go. And I'm going to make the door frame brown. And the shutters brown. Put some brown around there too. Alright. Now I'm ready to get some crayons and I'm going to start coloring my grass first and my bushes. And start working on the grass. Alright, finish up this grass here. The purple crayon, I'm going to color in my house. You can make your house whatever color you want, or your curtains whatever color you want, your roof. It's totally up to you. And I've got the brown, color in my roof. Try your hardest to stay inside the lines. Here we go. Now I am ready for the sky. So, don't color inside your face of your panda. Be real careful. So I'm going to start coloring this whole sky. Alright, there we go. All finished. Be careful coloring around the sun. You don't want the blue to go on top of the yellow. They'll turn green on you. Okay? So there we go. I colored around my clouds, around my sun. It's all finished now. Only thing I didn't color was the curtains in here. I'm going to make those purple. Okay. Can't wait to see your foreground, background, panda close-up pictures. Okay, have fun with this. Well, see you later. Make sure you send a picture to me.